Gentleman yields back. Chair now recognizes the gentleman from Indiana, Mr. Pence, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Chairman Johnson and Ranking Member Tonko, and thank you, sir, for being here today.
Thank you.
Since joining the Energy and Commerce Committee, I've been raising alarms on the impacts of this administration's rush to the electrification of our transportation industry before we're ready or before we've considered a lot of the elements in the distribution chain. Having spent my career distributing energy, this administration is completely disregarding the logistical challenges of ensuring the right amount of energy is where it needs to be, when it needs to be, and in the quantity that is needed. 2.5 years later, we're seeing potentially catastrophic impacts play out in real time. Grid operators, sir, are raising red flags to me all over the state of Indiana. Power plants are prematurely retiring and taking baseload power off the grid. Local utilities are waiting 12 to 18 months to get electrical transformers for neighborhoods to handle increased demand. I met with a large 2 million square foot building developer that says, I don't have the power coming into the area. There's not enough out there in the marketplace. Even EV companies are tempering expectations for investors because, simply put, people aren't buying EVs as projected. And now the EPA is charging forward with brand new rules to prop up the EV industry and force consumers to ditch the ICE vehicles. Ultimately, this administration's one-size-fits-all approach will leave consumers in my district holding the bag. The EPA's proposed rule to create e-RINs, and that'll be my concentration, sir, for electrical vehicles is a troubling proposal that extends far beyond the intent of the renewable fuel standard. I'm concerned that this proposal is just another funding stream for EV manufacturers to recover investments and stay afloat despite underwhelming sales. Instead of generating RINs at the point of blending, as I have done in my career for many, many years, this proposal creates a convoluted process, which is unspecified at this point, to award credits to the car manufacturers. The proposed rule even suggests an opportunity for a host of different stakeholders to generate e-RINs, including public charging stations and renewable energy developers. By inviting an entirely new group of stakeholders into the RIN generation through e-RINs, you could be setting up a program that is rife with fraud and abuse like the original RIN was. Even major oil companies had trouble and fraud was committed against them. Mr. Administrator, in my estimation, this proposal could set the stage for higher compliance obligations for refiners to buy e-RINs and ultimately subsidize the OEMs, and in some cases, the OEMs will have to buy e-RINs. According to the rule, EPA estimates 600 million e-RINs could be generated in the 2024 and 1.2 billion in 2025. I have seen firsthand instances of fraud and abuse in the traditional RINs market. My question, sir, how will the EPA prevent fraud and abuse in an even more complex e-RINs market as being discussed, and I know it's not finalized?
Well, thank you for that. And I would say that a lot of what you said, I share some of those concerns up until the fraud, waste, and abuse, because I think we can put programs in place to avoid that. But you've raised a lot of valid concerns that we've received during the comment period, which is why we're taking a very strong look at those concerns, and that will dictate how we move forward and whether or not we finalize the e-RINs portion of this program.
So, you know, one of the elements of this, I'm concerned about kind of double creation of the same RIN, of an e-RIN. When I hear that the car manufacturer who actually, I understand the proposed creation of it, but then all the way down to the charging station is going to generate an e-RIN, that seems like double dipping. So I would caution the EPA on that. Second question, has the EPA carefully studied how this influx of credits will impact the market for traditional RINs and liquid transportation fuels, which is how many folks can comply with your existing regulations?
Yes, we're studying all of those things. Excuse me, and it's really important that you're raising these issues because I want to let you know we're taking them very serious. And we're studying these issues during the comment period.
So, and again, a person that did this pretty much all my life, I would close with, please be careful of simply creating a financial market here that creates a great deal of additional cost to the end consumer. I thank you, and I yield back.
Thank you.
Gentleman yields back.